Hello, everybody. Hi. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to do a collective timeless reading. So, whenever this reading finds its way to you is the right time, just keep in mind it's a general reading. So, see which signs, symbols, ideas resonate for you in your particular situation. Help to bring you a little bit of clarity to whatever you're wondering, concerned, confused about. It could broaden your perspective, show you something in a different light, with fresh eyes, perhaps narrow your focus, show you something you might just be missing and it was right there all along. In the end, always trust yourself. Trust yourself. That divine inner guidance is inside of you, and try to make sound decisions that are based in love for the highest, greatest good of everybody. So we're all uplifted in love. See how it feels for you. Let's begin. We're going to start with the Love Oracle. Let's see what God, Source, Holy Spirit, Christ consciousness, our higher selves, angels and energies of love have for the highest and the greatest good of all. What does the collective need to know right now to bring some wisdom and clarity? Relationship, commitment, partner, boyfriend, girlfriend. So the focus right now is on a particular relationship. These people both have the same, like, masculine, feminine version of the same, like, motorcycle jacket. Maybe some of you ride a motorcycle. It looks like a big fancy car in the background, though. They just look like they actually just saw something cool on the side of the road, pulled over, and decided to have a little moment, laugh about something. I keep hearing tea. I don't know, maybe they have tea in a thermos. I almost said furnace, so maybe something's like, maybe this is like a little fiery situation. But a partner doesn't have to be a romantic partner. It could be a co-worker, a business partner, a friend, but commitment is here. So maybe there's a higher level of commitment, or you're thinking about what you want to commit to, energy into, or somebody's thinking that. Let's get clarity on relationship for the collective, please. What is this relationship about? Between the lines, okay? It's about a decision or an in-betweener time. It's also the road here. Staying in your own lane. Maybe differences of opinion, teetering back and forth on a decision. It looks like the passing lane is here. Maybe some of you are passing something by who is moving at a different speed. There's a hidden meaning, vague, speculate, implicit. So let's see, somebody could be just going back and forth on a decision about a relationship, what's going on in this relationship. Something's kind of foggy. It looks like it just rained. So like something is unclear, you know, when you see the road and it just rained, it's like you can see the reflection, but it's not quite in detail. Also, if you look at a reflection in a pool of water and it just rained, it's kind of distorted. So maybe somebody is just assuming something about a relationship. Maybe somebody's dropping some hints one way or the other way. Like, interested here, I want a little more. I want this to move up. Or it could be that they're kind of spacing that relationship because they're thinking of, you know, maybe moving away from it. I'm just getting totally different energies with that. I also see a highway where you each have your own lane, but you are going the same direction, but maybe just different speeds. Clarity on relationship. Did I show you this? See how this is like a reflection here? Maybe it's seeing a reflection in somebody else. Having to read somebody's mind, or they're expecting that of you in that case. Even if you guys are really in tune with each other, you really can't read somebody's mind, so you need to speak clearly. Travel. Maybe you're deciding where to go. Distance, boundaries, far apart, and getaway. Also different energies with this. I mean, that looks like fun. Travel could be vacation. Maybe you need a vacation. Maybe a vacation with somebody, or maybe away from somebody for a little while. Distance, boundaries. So setting healthy boundaries, maybe some basic rules. Maybe boundaries were pushed, far apart. Maybe you really want to be closer to somebody. It doesn't always mean distance. Sometimes somebody can be in your space, but you feel like you're far apart. I heard bridging the gap. So maybe somebody wants to come closer. That's how you feel. Let's see. It's at the bottom. Wedding. Maybe you're doing like maybe you're thinking about having a wedding, like a destination wedding. You're thinking about your wedding. If you want a wedding, maybe you never thought you'd want to get married. Maybe you've already been married. This could be somebody else's wedding. You meet somebody at a wedding. It's a marriage forever, the one, and union. I mean, this looks beautiful. Look at, they're getting married like at the top of a mountain. Maybe there were, something was uphill. You made it to the top. Maybe one person is thinking of this, the other isn't. Or maybe you're both on the, you're both thinking the same exact thing. Some of you could be planning a wedding, reminiscing about a wedding. Let's get more clarity. You have wedding, travel, between the lines, and relationship. Let's pull an angel number. Clarity for the collective on wedding, travel, between the lines, and relationship. I keep hearing the word plans. Maybe somebody plans something for you or with you, or they're planning something, or plans together. Maybe there was a change in plans. Let's get one angel number, please. Clarity on relationship, between the lines, wedding. Maybe you're also going with a friend to a wedding. You could even have to travel somewhere there. Somebody who's fun to travel with. You have to travel a distance to get there. A road trip, an airplane. Maybe you were planning on going with a different person and something happened and you have to find a friend to go with. Maybe you're going to both meet somebody at this wedding. It's kind of a cool place to meet people just in general. Maybe you work at weddings. If you work in a restaurant or something like that. A number, please, for the collective. 101, starting over. Intelligence, dynamics, making a difference, failures, personal or spiritual development. Happiness is linked to self-expression, growth, and experience. Learning from failure is key. Happiness is real, possible, and around. Understand its process and the pursuit of it. Joy is fluid. It is. It's like infectious in the most beautiful way. It's just felt. Ooh, that gave me tingles. It's in the little things and the big ones. Fails are fun. Fresh start. So this is the chance to start again, meet somebody new, rekindle something that just kind of became unclear. I hear meaningless. Maybe something felt meaningless. It was very meaningful before. Some of you may have been married and you never thought you would think about getting married again. It's totally starting over. It could also be you, what is that when you have like a second wedding, like getting remarried to the same person? That could just be like within your hearts or an actual thing. It's learning from failures. So if this is like past relationships, it doesn't have to be that you were married, but just thinking about how past relationships, maybe you always thought it's going to go somewhere. This is the one. This is it. And then, what happened? I mean, sometimes we meet people that are the right person for a specific point in our lives. You learn something together. And sometimes we change, we grow, situations change, and sometimes you grow together, sometimes you don't. But it's still a blessing to have had that beautiful experience, or maybe it was a weird ass experience and you really learned a lot, you know? 101, what's at the bottom? Oh, wow. 4 zeros. It's like the Fool times 4, limitless potential. It's a reset. Some of you are really starting over, or you're just changing your frequency and vibration in such a way that you are not seeing something the same way you did before. Your goals have changed because it's not like it was. You're not the same. Maybe somebody else is not the same. It's like a total blank canvas to rediscover something, have brand new adventures, new goals. Reset, relaxation, unknown, surrender, finish line, success, and victory. I'm gonna put these on, hold on. It serves as a timely reminder that anything can be accomplished. If you can dream it, there's no reason you can't make it a reality. If something is in the possession of another person, it is also available to you. So try to remain calm. What's meant for you won't pass you by. Let go of tension, relax. So it's not taking something from somebody else. If it's, if it's a situation, it might not be that particular thing, but your particular thing. It could be a job, a relationship, a person is meant for you. It's just meant for you. It's going to be. So I hear evolve. Maybe something just has to evolve out there before the timing is right, before somebody has the right spiritual growth. Just remain calm. If you feel itchy or pushy or irritated, or like you want something to happen, it should, it's not, just relax, bring that attention back to you, work on your own new clean slate to try new things, discover things about yourself. Whatever this is you're thinking about, it could be exactly that is just made for you. Or sometimes there is a big old no. I hear a twist because there's something else you didn't even realize was better. Just better. Maybe it's totally different. Wow. When I see the 101, I just see like two different people and like a magnifying glass. Both are having this chance to have something new. I mean, that even makes me think of if a couple was together. Sometimes breakups are, they can be really weird. And sometimes breakups are not so bad. If there's a real love between people, they both recognize that things are just different. They both truly still want the best for the other. There's still that timing, spacing, healing stuff that can always come about. Little feelings come back here and there, maybe more on one side than the other. But if there's acceptance and good communication, I don't know, I feel like each person can still have another beautiful opportunity, maybe for something that's exactly right for each of them, exactly where they are in their own growth. I just now see a really big blended family. That's not for everybody. Some people, have a harder time navigating that kind of situation. It takes a little longer. But I just keep hearing possible. It's possible. I heard there's like a, we sometimes jump into musical land, but I think it's a movie that was Disney too. It's Cinderella. And the fairy godmother, that was played by Whitney Houston in the revival of that. It's possible for a plain yellow pumpkin to become a golden carriage. It's possible for a plain country bumpkin and a prince to join in marriage. And it's like you're going back and forth, like, no, that can never be, that can never thing. It's like maybe something you really believed or someone else believed was not a possibility actually can be. Or it's not what you thought, but it's actually better. Wow, I just went musical land on you guys. Oh my gosh, now I just see Whitney. Oh, God bless you, Whitney. Oh, you just put such an amazing, beautiful vibration of musical energy and love into this world with that voice of yours. Thank you, if you're out there somewhere. Okay, let's see. Let's go to, what do I have? The Creativity Oracle. Let's get a little creative energy. Let's get a little creative, guys. See what's coming through. Clarity on 101 and 0000 for the collective. We have two. Patience and generosity. You can afford to be generous with the gift of your time and attention, and creativity takes time. Sometimes a project can seem to be taking too long or seem to be failing. So both of these are kind of like a time thing. And also, where you're focusing your energy. Because generosity is if you're giving too much in a situation that's not feeling grateful back to you, maybe it's redirecting that energy somewhere, to yourself, to somebody else. Also being thankful if someone is giving you their time and attention. What's on the other side? This is like a woman in pink. I don't know, it looks like she's in a pink sea. And this one is a woman sitting down, feeling luxurious. I see the peacocks here, like the peacock feather. It just made me think of a tickle. Oh, like, tickle, tickle. like, I don't know why. Like, maybe some of you are like, some people are very in tune with how something feels, like sensations. Maybe it's a gentle energy, or it could be a peacocking energy, like standing out a little bit. There's a little Cupid here. A little burst of love. I'm not getting, I think these are just really pretty. I'm not getting super big messages on these. So I think it's more about this. Have patience. Creativity takes time. You know, that's true. Sometimes, you know, you start a project, sometimes you have to put it in the closet for a little while. Sometimes that creative flow just kind of stops. It doesn't feel the same. And it's just, if you push it, if you push something happens, sometimes with creativity, it's weird. It doesn't, you can't force it. You can't force that energy flow. So sometimes you do have to take a rest. You have to come back to something. Patience, if you're waiting for something else, can be a little more trying. There's a deadline or something, you want something to happen, but you just have to do something else, bring that attention back to you. Fix my sock. Now this here, evolve. Creative ideas evolve out of invisible and profound nothingness or proverbial consciousness. Big words. I mean, that would be like out of this, out of nothing, 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 out of nowhere. Evolve, evolution could also be you, spiritual evolution. Creative ideas evolve out of the invisible and profound nothingness. That's a blank slate. Sometimes you just have to start over. Start fresh. All right, let's, what do I have? What do I have here? Let's do one of these. I have so many cards, but these are kind of like elusive messages coming through. It's just like the 0 point. It's potential. It's the blank slate. I feel like there's something like really up to you. Self-discovery. Let me see. These are what? Can't think of the name of these. Let's just go. These oracle cards. I don't have the box here. Card on 101. Oh, that makes me think of like, I don't know, like in college, like chemistry 101 or high school. Starting to learn something again. Zero, 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 limitless potential. Maybe you see a lot of potential in a certain person or a certain job. You see somebody's really talented. They're evolving. They're getting better at something, or that's you. Growth. Somebody sees true potential in you. One card, clarity for the collective. Intuition. Number 23. This is the West, and it's black. I just heard Back to Black by Amy Winehouse. I mean, I think in that video, I think there is like a funeral situation, but it's more like an ending, but allowing maybe a new beginning. And I go back to black, go back to maybe instead of a blank slate. I don't know, it's kind of a weird song, so maybe you relate to that song. It's like a big, what is this? It's like a big ball in the middle of the forest. It's also like a, I don't know. It's like a random, it doesn't really look like a stream. It's like kind of when there's a lot of rainfall and there's maybe a natural spring in the forest, or a lot of rain gathers in an area, but it also looks like the universe. I don't know why there's these random stone balls in these pictures. There's also, oh, there's a little person. There's a little tiny person over here, sitting in Indian style, meditation in the woods. There's 2 deer. And then in this pool, it's like it could even be like a crack in the forest, you can see the universe. Intuition. From the left side of your body comes the female energy, whether you're a man or a woman. Within this femaleness, this feminine consciousness, lives your intuition. Intuition is the intelligence of body-mind. Feel what is true with your body-mind rather than knowing. Just saw a square. What is true with your mind? Intuition does not have the clouds of accumulated knowledge to distort your vision. Intuition simply sees what is the truth. With intuition, you can feel the source of your being without resonating it, without reasoning it away and being filled with doubt. Doubt destroys your intuition. Your power always lies in the balance between mind and intuition. So power, isn't that kind of what I say at the beginning of these videos? Like the balance between your intellect and intuition. So it's really having you, this is about intuition, the feminine part, but I feel like it'll always come back to balance. You have to have that intelligence and that reason there. You don't want to forget about that part, but you have to balance it with a little creative flow and that feeling of knowing that's not always a thing you can pinpoint. So maybe you just have a feeling about something. Maybe it's this love situation. Maybe it's having a new start, doing something different, getting back to creative flow, a feeling of evolution within yourself. Don't doubt yourself. Even if there needs to be a pause or space, it'll come back. Sometimes it's just like life. You need to sleep. Something needs to take a little rest. Something needs to change. You need to walk into that thing that inspires you. Go somewhere else so you get that little spark of, Also, with creativity, it's messing up. It's not a perfect thing. Sometimes you want something to look perfect, but with art, you have to allow that. Sometimes you crack the statue. Maybe that's what's even more beautiful about your artwork. Sometimes, the paint runs outside the lines of where you thought, and maybe that's how it is special, or how you make something work. It's getting creative with yourself and in your relationships here. Getting creative with somebody else, thinking of new things. So it's not just always the same old. Or if it's past relationships, it's not like you don't want the next one to be like a cookie cutter version of exactly what you went through. If obviously it didn't work and you've grown, it'd be way more fun to have it be different. But you can be involved in that happening, even if it's a similar energy. Maybe get more creative. Maybe somebody else is really, really tapping into their intuition too. Maybe they always were very logical, an overthinker. Has to be like this, the planner. Maybe like that's, knocking them back a little bit, trying to figure out why they just know something that doesn't feel logical. I'll show you this card. In this pool. And then there's these two deer, the random ball of stone. Where's that person? You see that little tiny person back there just meditating? These cards are really beautiful. At the bottom you have offering. This is the south and it's red. It's like a maple tree, a red maple. There's like a little note or something that's like a little message left on the tree. Makes me think of somebody leaving like a little note on your car. Or maybe it's a message. There's the world here. Inside this, I'm getting that natural pool. Something maybe really natural. The red makes me think of the changing of the season too. When the leaves and the foliage just get vibrant, colorful. Show you that. See this little like note? Isn't that a song? It's like a country song. Something about tying a ribbon to a tree. I don't know what song that is. I just kind of get it a little bit. If you know that country song about something about tying something to a tree and I'll find you there, or like meeting somebody halfway. What is this? Offering a southward. Every day of our lives we take from Mother Earth our energy of life, yet we often forget the ancient tradition of the sacred giveaway. Take a moment to sit in silence and count the magnificent things you have in this life, even if only the wondrous of being given life. Reflect on the great mother, Mother Earth. Ask yourself, what have I given to her lately to heal her? What have I done for you lately? Do-do-do-do. What's that? Janet Jackson? Then think of the higher vision of life and balance on this earth and realize the greatest gift you can do is give Mother Earth and fellow humans is your own enlightenment. That's evolving. Your energy frequency changing and just living in love is going to affect everything because I'm getting chills, your filter on what you do and every little interaction of your life is going to be through love. You're going to take those little opportunities to just give a little love, show it, be an example, say beautiful things to neighbors and friends and strangers. Maybe get this new desire to somehow help humanity, animals, trees, nature, discover new things in this world rather than being trapped in the cycle of commercialism and I'm just like the day-to-day get byness. I mean, it doesn't mean that's not there, that responsibility and that security, but your little interactions and your goals are going to start to be different, and the doors that will open will be like, I don't know, they'll have like this big spiritual energy in them. They're just going to be different. In this way, you tear the veils of ignorance and present the magnificent of your being to everyone who experiences you. You're like a freaking gift. Everybody that gets to feel your beautiful energy. Everyone around you is uplifted and inspired. This is your offering. So sometimes people feel like they have to give. You have to give a lot of money, give a lot of your energy, give a lot of your time. And sometimes it's as simple as just being you. Just be love and allow those energy exchanges to just flow. I hear you don't have to try so hard, but maybe some of you are, getting urges to really try to help and heal. Maybe you're a natural healer. So when you get those urges to pursue something because you can help something grow, give somebody some inspiration, teach, be an example, then do it. But don't be hard on yourself if it's just being in your now that day and going about your 3D world and doing your thing. You're still going to create a change. That little love you give somebody else is going to put a little love inside of them. You don't even know how many little blessings and like beautiful things you could have given to others by just little things that you've said, by just being around somebody. How much change you actually could have sparked that could have just trickled across the entire world. Like what's that little butterfly effect? So maybe it's just a small little offering. Maybe just go outside today and say, thank you, universe, God, spirit, thank you, earth. Thank you, Mother Nature. This is just beautiful. I'm just grateful I'm here today. Because every day we're here is a gift. We never know when the last day is going to come. Life is over in the blink of an eye. All right. Whew, I went all over the place. Should we go to the tarot? Sure. Hi, Rose. Let's go to the tarot. Speaking of that Mother Nature and the world, I have the Weird World Tarot. Very appropriate. Let's get a tarot card and see what kind of energy is going on with wedding, limitless potential, an offering, somebody offering their love to you even, you offering your attention to something else, using your intuition, somebody's tapping into their own generosity. Those are two different decks, aren't they? You have an offering and you have generosity. Patience, distance, or travel, the hidden meaning, relationship, clarity for the collective, please and thank you. Start with one card, please. Justice. Decisions. Wow, she is so beautiful. She has like a corset made of metal. And then she's like metal, but then she's like, I don't know, it makes me think of like Gladiator, and yet the soft, like the muses of ancient Greece with their, I don't know, silks. She's holding two different golden, I don't know, they don't, it doesn't really look like a scale because she is the balance between them. So it's you that are holding and determining what is the right balance, what is the right amount to put into something. It's not like a device that weighs something out. You're weighing something out, or somebody else is. She's in front of the moon, so that is using your intuition here. But you see this card, look at how beautiful she is. You see this like metal, it's like a corset, but then she's all these like gentle, elegant fabrics. She looks strong and tender at the same time. She also looks very wise. Her hair is kind of gray. Maybe you have some gray hair. You're starting to get some grays. 11. It's cool because the 11 is also like that card. Huh, that's cool. Look at this. I like when weird stuff connects. The 1 and the 1 and the 0 is either the bridge or that's you. That's that thing. And you got the 1 and the 1 and the 0. So this could be, I mean, in simplicity, it could be the justice system. You could be getting married. You could be getting a divorce. You could be settling, you know, something going on and getting a settlement or an inheritance or a decision or something about property. You know, it's finally finding that balance and peace in a solution that was kind of, you know, it's just better to know, better that it's done, better that there's a change. It could be something really weird or really awesome, but it feels better that it's signed. It's like a solution. It's also being just and fair in your decisions. It's where a situation is considered, everybody is considered, and it's balanced between heart and head, like in that other card. But there's something where it can't be all, you know, there is a little bit of like the intuition there. I just keep feeling here, like you know something in your gut. So maybe a decision really has to be made. It's also like I see that generosity thing. If you're only considering everybody else's well-being and you're just not even considering yours at all, you do need to consider your own well-being as well as everyone else. That's where the balance comes. It can't just be all about yourself, and it can't just be all about everybody else, because you are here to have joy and happiness and love as well. That's your right as a human. To be happy, to beam in love, and, you know, have that chance with possibilities and dreams that can come true. So let's see what this is about. Clarity on justice. Major Arcana number 11. something coming back into balance. I'm getting that they're equal. So it is fair, a win-win. Maybe compromising, making a decision together. The Nine of Wands. Ooh. Nine of Wands, if this is where you're coming from, what you're going through, or where somebody else is coming from, I mean, it's going through some battles. It's really putting, it's like, whew, man, you've been through the ringer. Here it's like a smith, like somebody who works with iron, like makes swords. Makes me think of, like, you know, what is it, like the Viking shows or all that stuff, like the people that like really worked with hammers and metals. So, I mean, that's not an easy job. I just think of them all like, they have that like natural body muscle thing going on just by default from their job. So maybe you do have a job where you work really hard. Like, you don't actually have to go to gym to look really good. Guy or girl, doesn't matter. Like, you naturally use your body in a way where you're moving. I just see like a personal, like, muscly and sweaty. But they're working. This is work into something. It's it can be strain. It can be just getting to the end of a battle. Like, you just got one more thing to do, man. One more thing, and then you can like put something down. You know, take some meditation time in the forest. Start something new. So you have it in you, or someone else has that strength in them to get through something. You do. It's that warrior energy. And whatever was going on, whatever energies you had to deal with and learn about and put something into, really brought you some muscles. It could be spiritual muscles, you know, inner strength, but it did do something for you positive. It looks like you're actually like learning to create fire. Let me show you this card. You know, you're in the doorway here, you're doing something outside, but instead of you working with fire, it's like the fire, you're creating this spark. Because it looks like he's going like this, like, light. Do it, light that fire. And then he did it. You know, it makes me think of like trying to start a fire with a flint, and it's really wet, or you had the wrong stick, and that's a good example of this. You know, let's go simple. You know, if you're outside and you have that stick thing where you try to get the fire, like, I mean, you really have to do a lot. Like, sometimes you get it right away. Just the right amount of friction gets that fire going. But sometimes you sit there for hours. You're like, oh, I need a fire, man. I need to cook my fish and I'm getting cold. Start a fire, start a fire, start a fire. And then finally you do. It will start. That spark will come. Or that thing that you have will be able to create more passion. But this is usually almost an ending. Kind of being wounded a little bit, but using those wounds for strength. If everything was just easy breezy all the time, I mean, you wouldn't have that inner strength to recognize when it is a blessing, or like how to help somebody else, how to help yourself next time. You have the Ace of Pentacles at the bottom. Wow, you're like holding a castle in your hand. It's like the clouds and the ivy leaves. This is the seed that you can plant that can build an empire, build a forest. You have to put more into it. This could be an offer towards you. This is something in your, like a job, a house, that relationship that you put your energy into and it becomes something. But it's putting work in, putting physical attention into something. It's like the seed of life. It starts with this, but you have to plant it and have patience with it for it to grow. I looked at it, so I'm going to take that. Oh gosh, the Six of Cups is here. I'm going to not look at it because I feel like when I see it, I have to take it. But the Six of Cups is reunion. You have a beautiful house here. Something is now clear. You can clearly see through something. It could be somebody coming back from the past, you know, reminiscing about the past, reconnecting, family, friendship. I keep hearing reunion. Calling up an old buddy, children, your inner child, feeling like a kid again, somehow. You hear fresh. We have fresh energy coming through. Nostalgia. Keep that. I feel like that. I don't know. It almost, when I saw it first, looked like the Ace of Cups too. And there is a home. The light is on. Clarity on the Six of Cups. The Ace of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, and Justice. The Four of Pentacles. This is kind of an interesting, putting this down right so I don't see it yet. It's the Four of Pentacles is kind of a, I always feel like I always have to look at this card both ways, because there's different facets of the Four of Pentacles that are like positive, and yet there should be a flow. So Four of Pentacles is like really holding on to something. You're holding all your, you know, your pentacles, your experiences, your things. And sometimes you have something like you're kind of holding on a little too tight, but yet that is okay. Because if you're saving for a house, saving to help a family, saving for yourself, saving for a rainy day, it's bringing you stability, and it is good. But sometimes it's the miser. It's like Ebenezer Scrooge, when it's becoming selfish and it's all just piling up and there's no energy going out, it starts to get stagnant. You know, it's just building, 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 but there's no experiences. There's no love. There's no fun. You're just sitting on a bunch of coins that you can't take with you at the end. So it could be that you want to build something to leave something, to be generous to others, but are you having some fun and living moments in the meantime? That's important too. So, I mean, this guy doesn't look happy. He looks bored and grumpy, and he's old. There's all these coins he's sitting on. They look really fancy and they're huge. He's got a big castle behind him, but no, he doesn't look super happy. He gets to sit on this nice high throne of coins, but I don't know. I just see somebody like tossing a frisbee, or like frisbee golf. Like, hey, one for you, or one for that, so my seat is a little lower and I can get off easier and go do something fun already. So, I mean, there is, when this comes through, it is advice to actually save, pay attention to your finances. If you're just raining money and spending, and there's no intelligence or responsibility with how you're spending, it's just going to go out the window. And then when you need it, it's not there. It's like, I should have saved a little bit extra. So it is having awareness that you could be just spending too much. You know, you're buying too many things that you don't need, and it's just stuff, and it goes on the shelf, and, you know, look really fun in the advertisement, or, you know, they have that, so I thought I needed that bigger TV. So, you know, if you're overly spending, it is telling you to be a little bit responsible with what's going out the window. Make sure there's an equal flow there. But if you're holding on to everything and just putting it in the savings account, maybe there's a way to take a little out. So either you can put a little energy into you and your family and your friends, or what you want to do, you know, travel, maybe go on this vacation, or put it somewhere where there's a growth of return. It could even be somewhere where it comes back as a growth later and you do have to wait for it. But how can you take a little bit wisely, put it somewhere where it creates more growth for you, rather than just always being consistent? I hope that made sense. I feel like when that card comes, it's not an upright, upside down thing. There's so many things you do have to think about. It's like a responsible card. Oh, I wasn't going to look, but it's the sun. I want to look now. Something is coming to light. Awesome. I'm going to stop with that on this deck. Maybe pull one from another deck. The sun is beautiful. Like the best card. The best card. Doesn't matter what all this other shit is. It's just shining a light on everything. Being really clear. Really feeling like yourself. Like, I see the map. I see the way. I feel the love. I know what I should do. Or somebody else is very clear. It's the sun. It's just happiness, truth. Oh, there's a whole field of sunflowers here. You remember the other reading I did if you were watching, and I said about the tiniest little kid being able to control that big powerful horse just by like, it's like kind of like that. Look at how cute that kid is. It almost looks like he's a pilot with his fancy red scarf. But then you have that big horse, and just total equal trust and control and working together. So maybe you're working with big powerful energies. That big powerful stallion is coming out of you, and it doesn't matter like how big you thought you were or what your position is or whatever. You got the right, I'm like, you have the power. What is that, like a superhero cartoon? You have the power. If someone knows what that is. But you do. The sun is shining a light on what you need to do. Really starting to understand who you are, who you were, who you want to become, how your frequency may be changing, how you see things different. Let's go to a different deck. I have this cute one, the Granny's postcards. Clarity on the Sun, the Six of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles. I just see this as a generosity. I always go back to like the fishing parable. I just think that's where it could be like planting. It could be a seed, and you can give somebody a squash. You can give them a roasted turkey or something. I'm getting more like vegetable things. Like you give them a potato, or you can teach them how to grow their own potatoes. You can give somebody a fish, and that's wonderful. Or you can teach somebody how to fish so they can do it on their own, teach other people how to fish, and that can just kind of flow. That one little thing can mean so much more than just a thing. I have clarity on the Sun, the Ace of Pentacles. That's your potential card too. Generosity. I just heard donation. Maybe some of you are making a donation to a charity. Donating some of your time, attention, maybe your talent or your gifts, teaching. Maybe some of you have a space for an event. You like offering your space. Or you find a space for a certain charity or something like that. You know the person that can help them out. You're like the in-between person. You got the contacts. It just made me think of the sun and like putting on your glasses or your contacts, and everything's clear now. So maybe some of you are getting glasses, getting some readers. Oh my gosh. Okay, one more card for the collective, please. Well, every time. I don't know what I just said about that fishing thing. Teaching somebody, giving them a potato, paying it forward, not just giving it away so they put it in their piggy bank, but giving something that's valuable for them to do something on their own and feel like they can be generous and teach others, or do something independently on their own or on your own that you're proud of. You're proud of putting energy into something. It's a different kind of value than just getting something and not really understanding how valuable it could be or how much somebody else had to work for you to get that. This is the Ace of Pentacles twice. But it's an ace. So the ace keeps coming through. That is that pure potential. But what's stopping you from putting that energy into it, from starting that garden, putting it in the dirt, Get going. Say yes. Maybe somebody else has been, looking at that beautiful seed of potential for a long time. I just see the packet of seeds that you get. I mean, maybe there's just one beautiful seed in there. Maybe it's more than one. But you have to read the directions, get some instructions, go out to the garden and do something with it. Put it down into the ground, have the right soil conditions, trust Mother Nature. Clarity on the Ace of Pentacles. I thought I was going to pull one card, and I guess we're pulling another, guys. Uno mas. This is that funny card. I'm just glad this came out again. It's the best card ever. I don't know. There's so many different ways. It's leaving something behind. You are leaving something behind, a way of doing something, a perception, a relationship, something that you built. You put energy and time and love into it. It didn't work out. It wasn't right. There were changes. And it's walking away. Somebody else could be walking away from a situation. Somebody could be pushing you. Somebody could give you advice to go get a move on already. It could be that you're in territory that you didn't belong and somebody had to shoo you away. This is the girl that has the hose. He's like running away. I don't get that it's like horrible though. She's just like, go away or I'm gonna hose you. Go do that thing or I'm gonna make you go. Or like, don't be here. I told you not to be here. Go away or I'm going to hose you down. But it is in the garden, which is kind of interesting. So it does make me think like if it rained that day, you don't need to water your garden. You need to take, the changes as they come. I feel like they're playing though. It looks like this guy is smiling, like he's teasing her. Like he's like, catch me over here. Catch me over here. Can't get me. I don't know. The Eight of Cups is walking away or refusing to walk away. But I don't know if you're in a situation where you're like playing around with a hose. Like maybe think of a couple in the kitchen and like you take the kitchen sink, the like thing, and you're like that could be really that could be a fun moment. Maybe just loosening up a little bit. I'm just gonna go with that because I just don't get the typical meaning from that Eight of Cups, but it does mean leaving something behind that you put some energy into. Sometimes you put love there. And if you started to build something where love was there and you have to go away or change it, that sucks. It can suck or it can be bittersweet or it can feel like a relief. Just stop growing. Or stop feeling like it was a loving situation. But it doesn't mean it's the end with Eight of Cups. You can go back. You can't go back and like, hey, revisit that situation. It's just going to always be different when you go back. It's not going to be the same way because you've gone off on an adventure and started to do something else and see something a different way and put more energy and love into something else. So therefore, when you go back, it's just not seen the same way. It's not bad. It's the kid going back to their room and they went off to college a little while. Their room is still awesome, but certain things aren't as important anymore and they've had different experiences. So it's just different. I wanted to pull something, but I'm going to stop. Stop. I hear stop. And that's a good place to stop. It's a cornucopia. It's the Nine of Cups. Does your wish come true? I'm getting like maybe some of you wanted an ending for a while. You wanted, or somebody wanted to walk away for a while and finally somebody just was like blessing you, like giving you the blessing, like letting it go, just okay, like letting that situation go. Maybe somebody was holding on to something too tight. And the Nine of Cups is your wish come true. Look at all this. It's not just a cornucopia. You got a damn couple trees in this cornucopia. And another one below. It looks like grapes or plums. It made me think of, what was that? Stuck a thumb in his plum, said, what a good boy am I? Good boy. Good boy. Good girl. Good boy. The Nine of Cups is a wish come true. This beautiful thing that you're dreaming of. That's coming to light. that's evolving, this chance to grow a forest, this relief to finally have some balance back in your whole entire world, all that freaking energy you put into something, using past situations to help you move forward, or revisiting past situations in a new way, having new dreams, new possibilities is this 9. Like when you wish upon a star, but it's not the star, it's the cups. It's having enough and then some to be able to generously give to others. But it's a gift of love. So I think we're going to end this reading there. I hope this was helpful to you. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful, super sunny day, even if it's raining. And just want you to know how beautiful you are, how special you are. Thank you for being here. I'll see you soon. Bye.